Spock, when a pretty lady asks you to finger her, this isn't what she means.
You hook!
Spock!
But the Klingon cock blockers come in and ruin the... Oh, let's face it, they didn't ruin anything.
I've come a long way for the power of Genesis.
Genesis?
And what do I find? A weakling human, a Vulcan boy, and a woman.
Sounds like the beginning of a joke at a sci-fi con.
Federation starship approaching.
Bring me up.
So Lloyd goes back up to his ship and gets ready for battle.
That distortion, see it?
Yes, sir. It's getting larger as we close in.
Ahwe, Doshibosh, Nech.
Have you ever noticed, by the way, that all his Klingon pronunciation is very similar to a cat puking up?
Nech.
The shield's non-responsive.
Scotty, the automation system's overloaded. I didn't expect to take us into combat, you know.
Oh, yeah, because stealing a starship and being hunted down by the entire Federation would ever put you in a situation where you need to defend yourself. So the Klingons fire at them, they fire at the Klingons, both are unable to use their weapons, and they find themselves at a stalemate. And this leads to probably one of the most senseless, disturbing, yet emotional death scenes that has ever come out of any Star Trek film. Ballsack! No!
Precautionary, Mr. Chekhov.
Screenwriting bastards, you killed my ballsack. Oh! You screenwriting bastards, you killed my ballsack! Oh! You murdered and maimed a totally pointless character! Oh! Oh! Oh, and Kirk's son gets killed as a means to force him to surrender. It's very tragic, but you screenwriting bastards, you killed my ballsack! Oh! Nobody told me this was gonna be like Marley and me in space! I'm sorry, I need a minute to recover from this. Here's some products whoring themselves out for your pleasure. Screenwriting bastards, you killed my ballsack. Oh, my ballsack! Okay. I think I've recovered. So, as you can imagine, nothing can top the dramatic explosion that was the death of dear Balzac. They reached the height of dramatic tension, people. There's no way they're going to top it. The best we get is the blowing up of the Starship Enterprise as soon as the Klingons get on board. And the heroes watch from the planet. Ooh! Below, bring back Balzac! Actually, the blowing up of the Enterprise is pretty epic, and they give it a lot of weight, too. I especially like the build-up when Lloyd puts together what the self-destruct countdown means.
The ship appears to be deserted,
How can that be? They're hiding.
but the bridge seems to be run by computer.
Let me hear.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Move! Get out! Get out of there!
My God, Bones. What have I done?
What you had to do. What you always do. Turn death into a fighting chance to live.
Could sum up his whole career with that line. So they find Spock and not Christy Alley and try to save them. However, they're still without a ship, and the planet's about to blow. So he makes a deal with Lloyd.
I have what you want. I have the secret of Genesis.
Genesis?
You're gonna have to bring us up there to get it.
Fight my pointy aqua tire head.
Drop all weapons! Look! Cho-you-choo!
So he beams most of the team aboard, but leaves himself, Kirk, and Spock on the planet.
You fool! Look around you! The planet's destroying itself!
Yes, exhilarating, isn't it?
If we don't help each other, we'll die here!
Perfect. Then that's the way it shall be.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to attack you, but then the ground raised up and, well, I just decided to own it.
Yeah, I think all the straps on Shatner's girdle would break if he pulled that stun off. Ooh, all 4 of his balls! So he hangs him off a cliff and finally does him in.
I have had enough of you! I was frozen to...
They take control of the Klingon ship and take Spock home to the planet of Vulcan. There, on a Siegfried and Roy stage, they talk about making the transition from McCoy's mind back into Spock's.
What you seek has not been done since ages past, and then only in legend. Your request is not logical.
Forgive me, Talar. My logic is uncertain where my son is concerned.
Well, I guess the all logic-based society says logic only holds weight some of the time, and they decide to do the transition. Spock wakes up okay and walks around in a robe from a spa.
I have been, and ever shall be, your friend. Yes. The ship. Out of danger. You saved the ship.
I blew it up later, but
Jim. Your name is Jim.
So Spock gets his memory back, Takei cops a feel, and we're not so subtly told the adventure continues. For the needs of the franchise outweigh the needs of not kicking a dead horse. So that's Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, and honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, okay, it's not as good as some of the others, and it does drag at times, but it's still got some big death scenes, some strong moments, and it does feel very operatic at times. I think the major thing missing is that it needed a villain along the lines of Khan to really complete it, and even though Lloyd is a lot of fun, and he's a pretty good bad guy, character is just sort of a one-note nut. I think a really strong rivalry would have made it a lot more epic. Overall, though, I think it's still pretty good. I can see how others may find it boring, but I think the strong stuff still stands out. It's not the best, but it's got enough good moments. And just as the adventure continues, so does Star Trek month. I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember? So you don't have to.
Genesis